Okay, well things are warmed up a little bit, so we're back out in the workshop, and I'm just going through my list of jobs that I've got to do before we can get it finished off, ready for the permit. So I counted 12, and maybe a little additional one at the bottom there. So I've got to check the main wheels, put some split pins in them, got to check the nose wheel tightness. There's a hole where I took an antenna off the mid-wing. I'm going to sort out the breather pipe on the expansion tank. Got to put a boot on the oil pump nipple, lock wire the throttle cables into place, do the sump plug, repair this EGT problem that I've got after running in. I've got a new intercom turn up, so nice shiny new bits to go in. Check the push to torque, something going on with that's a bit weird. Then I've got to fault find the elevator trim, so my LED lights aren't working on the dash. And it was working off the trim buttons but then stopped, so I've got to find out what's going on with that. And I've got to install this elevator gap seal because it's Group A at the moment, and I'm doing all the paperwork to reclassify it as a microlight. So we've got to put some gap seals on the elevator. And when Finbar came to visit, he noticed that the retention wire on the nose leg looked a bit ropey, so I won't be doing that, but I'll be pointing that out to my inspector to take a look at. So 12 things plus this additional one. Better get cracking. Okay, so to fix my new radio into the aircraft, I've made up this aluminium bracket. So I've taken the belt clip off. That'll screw on there nice and solidly. So I'm just about to drill the edge of the monocoque, and I'm going to put some riv nuts. I'm going to iodite some riv nuts in so I can just then screw this down, so if I ever need to take it off I can unscrew it. So that's the next job. If you can see that I've taken a bit out of the edge there so it sits right over as far as I can get it to the screen, and that seemed to make things a little bit better for access to the switch gear and being able to see all this stuff from my seated position. So we're going to give this a try and try it in the conventional spot. So I'm just going to screw that on there. So the radio is mounted on using the couple of fixings on the back there where the belt clip is normally secured. Screws go into some rubber inserts on the back just to reduce the vibration, and that's not going anywhere. So once this is bolted on, that's got a nice secure fixing. So there we have it in place. It's on there pretty good. That's the aerial connected and the intercom, and it also comes with the external power supply. So I'm just going to do something with this bit of cable unless I lose some of this. Bring it up like that. I'll have a little think. But yeah, that's essentially it. Right. So we've got the radio rigged up. We've got a charge symbol to show that we're taking power from the main battery. We've got a slight bit of coming through the headset, tiny bit of interference, but can't think what that's going to be from, so something's giving a little bit of feedback. The real acid test is when we start the engine, see if we get any real sort of feedback. But so far so good. You can hear me?
I can.
And I can hear you. So yeah, and the new batteries that I put into my headband on my old headset seem to be working. I'll probably replace the ones on there next, and we'll get some new bits on the mics. And then if that's all good, I'll probably keep these and change them for A&R headsets. Change the gubbins in the earpieces. So it seems like we've got a working radio so far. My old precision propeller, that could sell a few stories. Just pushed G-Core over the channel a few times and up and down the UK over the years. And the varnish is showing its age, and it's let the damp get underneath. I had great plans for flattening all this back and cleaning it up and revarnishing it. But I've been really lucky. I've been sent a parcel in the post with a brand new unused precision prop in it from a great friend and fellow shadow pilot. So let's go in the kitchen and have a bit of a look at that, because I'm doing what I can to get that ready to replace this one. So I'm just taking a moment just to clean up the propeller roots, or the blade roots. So that's what they were looking like. Obviously it's been stored for many years, and it's just a bit of grime around there where the insects have been making their home, I could imagine. Bit of dust. So we're just cleaning them up, making it all look spick and span. So I've got my new prop assembled, and the book gives me a bit of advice here. It says that the pitch is set by angular measurement of 23 degrees, 4 inches from the tip of each blade. Take this reading from the underside of the propeller, flat side, with a hub mounted on a flat surface. So I've got my flat surface here, the table, with the hub mounted on a flat surface using a 1-inch diameter pivot at the hub. So I've had this insert made, which will allow me to suspend it and balance it as well. So I'm going to try and use that to pivot it. So I think the thing to do now then is take my protractor and see if I can mount that 4 inches from the tip of this blade. I've set the protractor to 23 degrees. Just put it on the end of the tip. So there we have it. And then if I just check the bubble, that's not far out at all really. So I've got the first blade at 23 degrees and it lines up nicely with these dots that are in the side. This blade here, when I assembled it loosely, again I tried to line up the dots, but as you can see it needs the gauge on it, because that is absolutely miles out. So I've got to move the whole thing, sort of rotate the blade anti-clockwise just to get that back in the middle. Let's have a go at that. I should have just grabbed that again. Let's just check it. And there we go. So we're bang in the middle of the level. So that's two of the blades. These two now set. Do the last one, and then what I'll do is I'll go around again and just check with the plate evenly tightened down that things haven't moved. Then I'll torque the nuts up and I'll check them once more. So the third blade, again, just wants a bit more adjustment. And there's the third blade, all lined up 23 degrees, 4 inches from the tip. As you can see, the dots that are a bit of a guide look like they've lined up. It looks like they haven't moved at all, but the difference over here in degrees is quite fine. So I'll now just tighten all these up, torque them up, and then we'll suspend it and see how well the prop is balanced. It says in the book, torque bolts to blades at 10 foot-pounds. So I'll just get my torque wrench and we'll wind all those down. So we've torqued down all the nuts. Just put the protractor back on just to check that things haven't moved, and we seem to be okay. My other half has rigged me up a G-clamp, and we've got a bit of string, and we've suspended the propeller from that. Now I've added, there's a bit out of balance, I've added over this side about 4 additional washers and 3 additional nylocks, and it's not enough. ever so slightly just out of balance. So I'm probably going to have to add a little bit of weight to that tip and this tip and see what that does. So that's probably going to be a couple of layers of varnish, maybe up on the very ends, and see if that's enough. I've got some propeller tape turning up in the next couple of days, so I won't start doing any of that till I've applied the tape, because that may change things again. But once the tape's on there, we'll rebalance it and then see what we've got to do.